Hello, viewers. Welcome to CK Smarter Creations. My name is Catherine Kimani. Are you there and you're planning to get married? Are you there and you're planning to settle with a man? Before you settle, there are things that you need to do and there are things that you need to know for a smooth relationship and for a smooth marriage. If you're new in this channel and it's your first time to listen to me, kindly hit the subscription button so that we can continue learning together about relationships. So, what are these things that you need to know and to do before you get married? If you are desiring to get married, it's always good to go to God and tell Him that, God, listen, I need to get married, and the qualities that I want in a man are 1, 2, 3, tall, dark, handsome, all those qualities. Tell God even about financial status. Tell Him everything. He's a faithful God and He listens. But remember, as you tell God what you are looking for, always be faithful to Him. Do not be sleeping here with this one every Tom, Harry, and Dick, and at the same time you are trusting Him for a husband. Sometimes He may step aside and watch you and leave you to do it by your own. And when He leaves you to do it by your own, it's never easy, girl. And therefore, let's continue trusting in the Lord. The second thing that you need to do and to know is always get married to a friend. Why is it important to get married to a friend? The reason why you get married to a friend is because sometimes the love graph, sometimes it goes high, sometimes it comes low, sometimes it stagnates. And when it is stagnating and when it is coming low, sometimes you feel like you do not want to be disturbed, like you're getting tired, you don't know what to do. And remember, marriage is a lifetime thing. It's not something for trying. We hear of some countries and of some people who says, let us try. If it works, we're good. If it doesn't work, we'll just leave. No, it shouldn't be like that. Marriage is a lifetime commitment, and therefore the person whom you're committing your life to needs to be a good friend, so that when that love graph comes down, you will not do anything wrong to him. You will not disrespect him. You will not be rude to him. You will not betray him, because it is very hard for someone to betray or to be rude to a good friend, to a real friend. And therefore, ensure that you're getting married to a friend. Ensure that you know this man very well and you're very good friends. The other thing that you need to know is discuss about relatives. Remember, this man has got relatives, and you also as a woman have got relatives. Discuss on how to live with your relatives. Discuss on whether you want to bring some on board to visit you. When they come to visit, how long should they put up with you? Do not leave some things undiscussed, because if you leave them undiscussed, they will start bringing issues, and you do not want to start having issues in your marriages. The other thing that you need to do is you need to go to a hospital and do some investigations, some laboratory investigations. You need to do things like sexually transmitted infections screening. These are infections like HIV, things like chlamydia, things like gonorrhea, things like herpes, things like syphilis. Remember, some of these diseases, if you have them and they are not treated, it will be hard for a woman to conceive, because they normally make your fallopian tubes to be blocked, making it very difficult for you to conceive. Other diseases like syphilis, they can be transferred from the mother to the baby when you start having children, and therefore it's very important to do screening of these diseases, so that you can also protect your children from acquiring some of these diseases. The other thing that you need to be screened in a lab is for genetic conditions like sickle cell. Remember, if both of you are carriers of sickle cell, the children that you will have will definitely have issues. And you know, sickle cell is not an easy disease to handle, and therefore always ensure that before you get very deep and before you decide that you want to settle, go to a hospital, visit a good lab, let them check on some of these conditions. The other thing that you need to be checked for in a lab is to check on your blood group. This is because when you're checked for your blood group, it will tell you about whether you have rhesus incompatibility. And if as a woman you're rhesus negative, it will guide you to make sure that you see your gyna very early when you're pregnant, when you conceive, so that you can be guided on when to be injected with anti-D to prevent your children from, you know, from issues which comes up because of rhesus incompatibility. It will help you to carry your pregnancies to term, and also subsequent children. It will help you to carry them to carry the pregnancies to term. It is also very important for a man to go to a lab and do a test called seminalysis. Seminalysis checks on the sperm cells, their morphology, motility, the number, whether they are adequate to make a woman to conceive. We do not want to have a marriage whereby a man starts blaming a woman that she's the one who is having issues, and yet it is the man who is having those issues. Another important test to do for a woman is to do a pap smear. It's always good to be screened for cancer of the cervix. You do not want to become pregnant and then you are told that you have cancer, or you have, you know some of these things. So ensure that you're first screened for these things. The other thing a woman should do before you get married is do a cervical ultrasound. A cervical ultrasound will help to check on things like fibroids, check whether your uterus is okay, your cervix is okay. Yeah, it won't cost you much, but it's an important thing to do. So this will, if in case there is anything that is diagnosed early, like things like fibroids, things like cysts, see a gyna, and the gyna will advise you on the way forward. The gyna will treat you before you conceive, and it will also be easy for you to conceive if such things are taken care of. The other thing that you need to discuss is money matters. Money matters. Money is something that really make a lot of marriages to break down. You need to be very transparent to each other about money matters. If you are both employed, if some of you are doing businesses, it's always to disclose to each other, this is the much that I'm earning. Bring in everything on top of the table, discuss, agree on who will be paying what bills, who will be buying food. Yeah, if you're planning to do a joint account, ensure that you are both faithful. And when you are faithful in things like finances, your marriage will be very, very smooth. Agree on things like if there are issues and you need to contribute some money, agree on who will contribute and how much. Don't just do things and then later is when your partner is coming to learn that so and so had some issue and I contributed maybe, let's say, 20k, 10k, and you had not agreed. Such things will always bring arguments in a marriage or in a relationship. So ensure that you discuss and agree before doing any contribution. The other thing that you need to know as a couple, is agree on church. before you get married, maybe your partner is of a different denomination and you also offer another one. Ensure that before you start settling together, you agree, I will be going to this church, or both of us will be going to this church. Always agree. Do not settle, and then when you're already in it is when you start arguing, you start bargaining, and you start doing all these things. It might be an issue. And you need to, it's always good to go to the same church. It is always good. Of course, some people normally go to different churches, but I would advise couples going to the same church is the best thing, so that when you start getting children, these children will not get confused. They will not sometimes follow mom, the other time they're following daddy. Yeah, it's good to put things straight from the word God. I hope you have learned. If you think of something different or differently, please comment down here. We can talk. I will follow up on the comments. Thank you for your time. And again, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my YouTube channel, CK Smarter Creations. And see you next time. Bye-bye.